1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
Of the head is always, oh, sorry. Most times when it's a sorry, then you're shaking the hands, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But if it's a thank you, it's two hands together and always the head goes with it.
The thing is, when I use that, it's usually an emoji on an email, something like that, or Facebook. So obviously there's no bumping of the head, but I just assume it means thank you. Whatever it means, it looks good, doesn't it? Praying hands like that. What about crossing fingers? What does that do? What does that tell us? We cross our fingers.
Yeah, hopefully, everything being equal, fingers crossed, it will come the way we want. I'll win the lottery of 5 million pounds. Fingers crossed, Trevor. Fingers crossed, Trevor. I will adopt you one day. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Well, if you do win the lottery, could you remember cousin me, please, Gladys? We'd appreciate that. What about blowing a kiss to somebody? How do we do that, Gladys?
Mwah.
Yeah, that's good. Or kiss your hand and blow it, don't we? We do that.
Yeah, that's true.
What about this? What does that mean? You see?
Phone call. Call me. If I just reach out to someone I'm saying, call me. Or I'll call you.
Call me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about a face palm like that? What does that mean? Covering the face.
I think that's no, you didn't just do that. Exasperation.
I think that's disappointment of you've done something silly.
Disappointment,
or embarrassment. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because some gestures are not really acceptable in some countries. For example, let me just look at this one. The open palm. I mean, sometimes we say, "Talk to the hand," because the face ain't listening, or something like that, don't we? But in fact, raising your palm towards someone in Greece is an insult, and it's known as the mutsa, whereas in the US it means stop or wait. So yeah, that's an interesting one. If you were in Greece, best not to hold your hand up because that could be viewed badly. What about pointing? How do we point? With our index finger, don't we? Just to say, in many cultures, that is not acceptable. It's actually considered, I think in Vietnam, it's considered a very rude thing to do. So yeah, that's some of our hand gestures, as you said, Cuz, about speaking with our hands. And I think we all do that, and we don't always realise. I remember a few years ago when I was doing some training, people were sometimes an interviewee for a job, say, something like that, and sometimes they were the interviewer, they were the sort of boss man. And there was a camera in the top of this office where these were taking place. And so I was taking part in this. And after each interview, which probably lasted about 15 minutes, the whole team looked at the interviews that had happened. And obviously, when we all saw our own interview, both as interviewer and interviewee, we saw things and heard things, I guess, which surprised us. I was okay with what I heard, things I was saying, but I couldn't believe how much I was talking with my hands. I was making points, and I'm doing it now to illustrate, but I know actually I'm somebody who does talk quite a lot with my hands. It's just something we do, not always aware of it, but it somehow is in cohorts with what we're saying. So yeah, talking with your hands, we don't always realise we do it.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang. With fun.
Realise we do it, and I suppose it comes down to how often do we really see ourselves as others see us? How often do we hear ourselves as others see us? I mean, you and I, Cuz, we know what our voices sound like when recorded because we sing things. But actually, for many people, the first time they hear themselves on something, on a podcast or something else, they think, I don't sound like that, do I? And I know I've got friends who say exactly that when they've come onto a podcast, something like that. So yeah, our voices, we don't really hear ourselves like other people hear us. So would you say you do? Do you understand your voice? I mean, you hear yourself singing, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, because I do a lot of the editing, so so sometimes
Well, of course you do,
yeah, sometimes I cringe when I listen to myself. I think, oh, what is that? Why are you talking like that?
Absolutely.
And then I try the next time I do the recording, to try to sound different. But then you so ever so often you get into your natural comfy state of speaking, don't you? You know, you just think, because it's natural. You know, if you try to put on something, if you try to put something on, it doesn't last very long. And so I've just come to accept it.
And the same thing, as you're talking, I can see your hands. Just to make the point we were talking about, I don't think you are aware any more than I am when I do it, that your hands are amplifying what you're saying, and we all do that. Do you speak with your hands, Gladys, would you say?
I think I speak more with my hands than with my mouth.
Well, I think we all do. We use our hands a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We do use our hands a lot, absolutely. Okay, well, that's what I was going to say today about hands. I've now got a few questions and answers of changing a bit of a subject, see what you think. Now, if both of you could create a new bank holiday, and different countries have different numbers of bank holidays, what would you be commemorating, or what would you call the bank holiday? We start with you, Gladys.
I didn't get that quite clearly. What would I call a bank holiday?
Yeah, if you could have a new bank holiday, I don't know how many bank holidays you actually have. Where things close down, the banks particularly close down. But if you could have a new one,
I actually wonder why they call it bank holiday. Ever since I've been in England, I've wondered why. Why is it a bank holiday? Why call it a bank holiday? Any other name but bank?
I mean.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.